Hey guys, today we'll be demonstrating a simple Korean way of making kimchi. Kimchi is basically a must-have by most Koreans as a side dish in their everyday meal. So here are the ingredients we have prepared for today's recipe. Firstly, we will need a nappa cabbage and 1 tablespoon of coarse sea salt. Your cabbage size will determine the amount of seasoning we'll need in our recipe. But for our case, we are using a regular cabbage of approximately 600 grams. Next, we have 50 grams of green onions, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger, and 3 tablespoons of Korean red chili pepper flakes, which is also known as gochugaru in Korean. Okay. One thing to take note of is to look carefully at the packaging of your Korean chili pepper flakes, as mine here has powder written on both of them, but the one highlighted for kimchi on the packaging has the pepper flakes. The other one is basically chili powder used for cooking. As you can see inside, this one has the chili flakes. And this one has the chili powder. So firstly, we'll start out by peeling the leaves of the nappa cabbage. Then we'll have to trim off a little bit of the bottom part of each leaf. Next, we'll have to rinse the cabbage with water and let dry. When the cabbage is dry, we'll lay the cabbage leaves piece by piece on top of the other one on the chopping board and cut them equally at a thickness of around 1 to 1.5 inches. Next, we'll have to place the chopped cabbages into a large bowl and sprinkle the salt evenly into the cabbage. Now, we'll have to put on a pair of disposable food-grade gloves and manually use our hands for the following few steps. Flip the chopped cabbage leaves carefully from the bottom up and let the salt be evenly distributed all around. The salt will then react and soften the cabbage leaves. Now we'll want to leave the salted cabbage leaves aside for 2 hours and let the salt sink in. Do take note, during this 2-hour interval, it's best to also simply mix the cabbage leaves once or twice to allow the salt to maintain evenly distributed on the cabbage leaves. While waiting for the salt to sink in, we can start to prepare our seasoning. First, we'll need to wash the green onions we have prepared and chop off the bottom part, which are the roots. Then we'll have to evenly chop the top part of the onions into lengths of around 1 to 1.5 inches. And for the bottom white area, we'll continue to slice it in an angle into small pieces. When we are done chopping, place the green onions in another large bowl, and we can start adding the other ingredients into the mixed bowl. Start by adding the minced ginger, then the minced garlic, then some sugar, then the Korean chili pepper flakes, and then the fish sauce. Next, we'll want to gently stir the ingredients with a spoon till they are evenly mixed. Now we will need to check on our cabbage leaves. As you do so, you will notice water have been extracted from the cabbage leaves as a result from the reaction with the salt. Lift up a handful of cabbage leaves on your hand and squeeze out the excess water. Then, place the squeezed cabbage leaves into the seasoning bowl. When all is done, we have reached the fun part. Mix the cabbage leaves into the seasoning with your hands and watch as the color of the seasoning seeps into the leaves of the cabbage, bringing out that beautiful reddish sunset color. And at this point, you will be able to get a whiff of that delicious Korean kimchi that is about to be done. Now, place all of it into preferably a glass container and cover the lid. We will need to place the container aside for about a day at room temperature to let it ferment. Store it in your refrigerator and take it out whenever you want to eat it. If you like this video, do leave a like or comment and subscribe to our channel.